Do you know that Prime Minister Scott Morrison has announced he will establish an agriculture visa for people from the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN? Because Australia is becoming a low-skill guest worker society such as the United States, many nations of Europe, and the Gulf states. Now the question is, will the new visa have a long-term impact on Australia's character? To know the detailed story, watch this video till the end, and yes, do like the video, and don't forget to share the video and subscribe to our channel. Warm welcome from Brain Drain Consultants to our immigration information and news channel A2Z Immigration Updates. They refused to accept the concept that some vocations are simply unsuitable for Australians. To do so would profoundly alter Australian culture, requiring people to recognise that some humans are of lower rank than them and must be brought in to perform the work they refuse to undertake. The statement by Prime Minister Scott Morrison that he will create an agriculture visa for persons from the Association of Southeast Asian Nations is possibly the final stage in Australia's transformation into a low-skill guest worker society. We need a culture that accepts certain lesser beings, mainly persons of colour, to do the jobs we won't. Many Australians will not appreciate the adjustment they are making since it has happened gradually over the last decade, but it will change Australia forever. The Morrison government will claim that Australia's agriculture visa will be very different from the H-2A visa in the United States. The American agriculture visa has been compared to slavery on several occasions. Creating an agriculture visa is a hazardous path to take. The National Party and the farming lobby are ecstatic that Morrison has finally caved into their demands for an agriculture visa, which he is now taking credit for after previously dismissing the concept. Farmers, shady labor hire businesses, and shady brokers will now have free access to farm employees to abuse without having to rely on the more restrictive Pacific Island seasonal worker visa, working vacationers, or asylum applicants, including unsuccessful asylum seekers. When it comes to creating an agriculture visa, there are 4 major dangers to consider. To begin with, there is a high chance of exploitation and abuse. Farm worker exploitation is already widespread. Second, when immigrant workers have no agency to protest about their treatment and have limited English language abilities, the occupational health and safety hazards are compounded. Unsurprisingly, the Senate was informed earlier this year that 25 people had died as a result of the very tiny Pacific Island seasonal worker visa. Third, it will reinforce racist sentiments in Australia, such as those voiced by Deputy Prime Minister Michael McCormack towards Pacific Island labour. Finally, it will keep downward pay pressure on Australians in low-paid jobs. It will also make it more difficult for unemployed Australians to find work on farms because they will be unable to compete with badly exploited migrant labour. While the government will claim that it is taking steps to mitigate these risks, previous experience from across the world and in Australia suggests that these measures will be largely symbolic. However, the government's aim for low-skill migrant workers is not limited to agriculture. Last month, Australia's long-standing policy of limiting the number of hours student visa holders could work while courses were in the session was discreetly revised by Immigration Minister Alex Hawke. Student visa holders can now work in the travel and hospitality industry for an unlimited amount of time. As a result, Australia's student visas are essentially low-skilled work visas with some study thrown in, whereas our overseas education competitors place a premium on the quality of education they provide and carefully limit the number of hours students can work. Hawke made the change without consulting Australia's universities and in response to pressure from the hospitality and tourism industries. He has successfully tarnished Australia's third-largest export earner's reputation. Another way the government is boosting the availability of low-skill guest workers for employers is by refusing to raise the minimum wage that must be provided to workers sponsored from abroad. Since 2013, the minimum wage has remained unchanged. These government choices reveal a pattern. The Morrison government is hell-bent on ensuring that Australia becomes the low-skill guest worker society that previous governments warned us about.
We hope that you will like our efforts to provide accurate information to you, and you will definitely like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And of course, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thanks for watching. See you again with another video.